Hello everyone, Jedi Styles here, and today I'm back with another TTM video. As you know, that stands for Through the Mail. So I have another 6 to show you today. So let's get right into it. So we'll put those off to the side. First one is coming from Santa Ana, California. It is a one-of-one success. It was free. It came back in 20 days. And this is coming back from Mr. MrCharlieHuff. Or Hough, but I think it's Hough from what I've seen. Mr. Charlie is 72 years old. As you can see, he signed it nicely there in blue. He had a 216 win, 216 loss career with a 3.75 ERA. So not bad at all. He had over 2,300 strikeouts. He was a one-time All-Star in 1986. I don't think that's... Yeah, that's not showing that on here. He played in the league for 25 incredible years, from 1970 to 1994, mostly with the Rangers and Dodgers. In fact, 22 of those 25 years he played for either the Rangers or the Dodgers. As you can see, his ERA is 3.75. He didn't get much run support. I guess his best years were from 1982 to 1988 when he was with the Rangers. He was never traded. He only signed as a free agent when his contract and stuff was up. So he made it through the big leagues 25 years without ever being traded. So that's an interesting little fact about him. All right, the next one is coming back from Seattle, Washington. It is a 2-of-2 success. It was also free, and this one came back in 10 days with my note signed. And this is coming back from PJCarlissimo. As you can see, the two cards I have signed here. He is now 71 years old. His coaching career, not the best. 239 wins, 315 losses. His best years were, and that was with 9 seasons, by the way. His best years were 96, 97 for Portland. He was 49 wins, 33 losses that year. And in 2012, 2013 for... I think it was Brooklyn. He was 35 wins, 19 losses. He was probably more known for his college career, coaching the Seton Hall Pirates. He was a 2-time Big East Coach of the Year in Seton Hall. In 1988 and 89, the Pirates were 31-7. They finished number 11 in the country. In 92-93, they were 28-7 and finished number 6 in the country. He made 6 NCAA tournaments, and he coached 12 years with Seton Hall. So there is Mr. PJ Carlissimo. Of course, he was part of the USA basketball coaching team. So there you go. Very nice. Thank you, Mr. PJ Carlissimo. And he did reply. He did say his favorite moment of his career was the Final Four with Seton Hall when they lost, but they lost in the championship game. So... but at least he made it. Not everybody could say that. All right, the next success is coming from Charlotte, North Carolina. It is a 5-of-4 success, which I'll explain that in a minute. Free in 8 days. And this is coming from Mr. Bobby Allison. So this was a nice return for me. If you notice, one of the cards is missing because I already sent one of the cards off to my buddy, who's a NASCAR fan. You see the Bobby Allison signed one. 2, and you see the marker is a little, I don't know if it's smeared a little bit too also, but that is quite alright. This one actually turned out pretty nice. And this was my extra. He sent the leader of the Alabama game card, and he signed it in blue, which was very nice. At first I didn't think it was a signature, but on closer inspection you could see that it was signed. And there's his address if you'd like to send something to him yourself. All right, so there's Mr. Bobby Allison. Mr. Bobby Allison is 83 years old. He is in the NASCAR Hall of Fame. He drove 25 years from 1961 to 1988. He did have 84 wins, so he is one of those, he did win a lot. He won the championship in 1983. He finished second 5 times that year and 11 times in the top 5. He also had 15 wins in other races, other not just the NASCAR circuit. So, Mr. Bobby Allison, thank you very much. He did send this along with it. Bobby Allison merchandise. You could buy other different stuff from him. There's that order from him. And he did respond with, he said his favorite moment of his career, he says it had to be the 88 Daytona 500 with Davey second, his son Davey Allison. Unfortunately, I still don't remember it on account of the crash 4 months later at Pocono. So 4 months after that race, he crashed in Pocono, really bad accident, and he lost memory before that. So he says someday he might come back, I hope. Bobby Allison. So that was a pretty funny little story there, where he can't remember, part of his life that happened because of the crash that happened. So it's pretty scary if you think about it. All right, next one is coming from Buffalo, New York. It's a one-on-one success free. It came back in 38 days, and it is from Mr. Tasker, Steve Tasker of the Buffalo Bills. Go Buffalo, baby, go Buffalo. Let's hope they do well in the playoffs. They are extremely doing really well right now. They're actually pretty scary for most teams, probably. So Mr. Tasker signed this nice 1994 Fleer, He is now 58 years old. He was a 7-time Pro Bowler, 1987 and 1990 to 95, mostly for the special teams play, because he was a pretty awesome special teams player. He played 14 years in the league, 12 of those with the Buffalo Bills, and he did play in 19 playoff games, so that was pretty exceptional there. All right, next one. Another Hall of Famer coming from North Texas, Dallas, Texas, as a one-on-one success. It did cost $5 if you're interested. It did only take 11 days, and it is coming back from Mr. Hall of Famer Bob Lilley himself. As you see, inscribed at Hall of Fame 1980 class. Mr. Bob Lilley. Very nice. I think this card actually came from Cool Plastics, Chad. He sent me this card, so I happily sent it off to get signed. Mr. Bob Lilley is now 81 years old. Of course, he went to the Hall of Fame, you see, in 1980. He went to the Pro Bowl 11 times. He was a 7-time All-Pro, Super Bowl champ 1 time. And he is also on the All-60s and All-70s team. He is considered to be one of the greatest defensive tackles to ever play the game. Mr. Bob Lilley. I'll let you look at the back of that card. He played 14 years in the league, all with those Dallas Cowboys. He played in 14 playoff games. And in 1961, he was the 13th pick of the first round. So they got a really good deal out of the 13th pick there, the Dallas Cowboys did. And last, we did answer a question of mine. The best player, he said, he has ever played with or against is Jim Brown, the Cleveland Browns. And the favorite moment of his career was winning Super Bowl VI, because it was after many years of getting into the playoffs and losing Super Bowl V. So they won it the next year. And the last one is coming from Baltimore, Maryland. It's a 2-2 success. It's free. It came back in 37 days. Some of you might not know him, but it is coming from Mr. Travis Pastrana. He actually inscribed Chris there at the top. Signed that one. Signed the mini also, the same card. Very nice signature by Travis Pastrana. If you don't know who this is, he is 37 years old. He is a motorsports and stunt performer, probably best known for X Games and things like that. He won 11 gold medals in the X Games for supercross, motocross, rally racing, etc., other types of things. He runs the show Nitro Circus, so some of you might be familiar with that show. And here's the back so you can read a little bit about him. But thank you, Mr. Travis Pastrana. Very nice. Nicely done there. So there you have it. There are my 6 TTMs for, I don't want to say this week because I'm a little bit behind on my TTMs, but those are the 6 for this episode. And I hope you figured out some of them from my title, I guess. So anyways, thank you for watching. I appreciate every single one of you, and thank you, and I'll see you next time.